Dr. Gilbere, we have talked about the really just absolutely terrible problems that take place with toxicity in the home.
Yes.
First of all,
Home and office, may I correct you?
And the office, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Are they manageable to some degree, and what are some just basic steps that we can do to help alleviate some of those problems or substances?
Well, I would say that the first thing is to keep in mind that when you're going to buy any furnishings, buy solid wood. Even if you have to wait a little longer to buy a solid wood piece of furniture, don't buy something that's got particle board, so that you don't have the off-gassing of the formaldehydes and the glues and all of the synthetic materials they use to put those pieces of wood together. Number two, if it's summer, an easy thing to do that I've done with some of my patients with their children is when they buy furniture for the children and it's summer, they sit them in the backyard and let them bake in the sun for a week when it's 90 degrees outside or in the high 80s. And that off-gasses most of the deadly things, at least for the time being. The other thing is to make sure that you paint with the paint that we've talked about that's safe. And then to use the cleaning products that are organic. There are so many cleaning products that are biodegradable, so they're healthy for our planet. They're healthy for our water supply in our systems. But they're also healthy for us. It's not just, you know, I mean, if the planet isn't healthy, we're not, and vice versa. We're so interconnected. We depend on the planet to live. And it depends on us to be able to live healthy and to exist healthy and to reproduce. So we need to be able to buy products that are bioavailable to the earth, biodegradable, and non-toxic. So if you're going to buy something, I'll give you a good example. I use a toilet bowl cleaner, which is the only thing that has a fragrance in my house, and it's a lavender, because lavender is a natural antibacterial, antimicrobial. But it's essential oil of lavender. It's not a synthetic lavender that's made with a petrochemical. That's the secret, is start using cleaning products, and don't put in carpet if you don't have to. Put in a pre-finished floor.
What about air quality? What about the filters that we put in our furnaces? What about the filters that we can put into the home?
Into the home. That's a huge part, because what happens with indoor air quality is most offices, for instance, and homes don't change their filter but once a year. If you have the ability to do it, it's not expensive. Change them monthly, especially during the winter months when everything is closed more and you can't open the windows as readily. I buy one just from the local heating and air conditioning company for my home, for instance, which is forced air, and I don't like forced air heating, but that's what the house had and I didn't want to replace it. I used to have hydronic heat, which I love because it's in the floor and it's hot water. But you buy the most protective filter that they have for people that are highly allergic, and it cost me $2 more than the regular filter. So you put one in a month, that's $12 a year. That's not a lot. The same thing in offices. They do not change the filters as often as they should, especially when you have the amount of germs that are recirculating in an office environment. And then if you need a portable air source, which is what I have 9 filters in my home, and then I have them in the office, of course. And mine is a very customized, specialized, it just looks like a little round drum. It's not very high, it's on wheels, very easy to move. And it covers about 1,200 square feet, the one that I have. And it has a charcoal filter, which has about 22 pounds of charcoal in it, capacity, and compacted. It's got a HEPA filter, which is the same we use in hospitals, and it's got an ultraviolet light. So if you had that, for instance, in an office or in an environment where you have small children that are bringing germs home from school all the time, you're protecting the family as well as the child, because it's killing the germs.
We don't normally do this, but in wrapping up, could you just give us the name of that particular source that you have for
that particular company that makes the custom filters is called Pura, and they started out making them for people that were extremely chemically sensitive. And so even if a person is real allergic, they'll send you samples, send the practitioner or the person ordering it the samples of the different filters so that they can smell them and make sure they're not going to have a problem with it. So it's a phenomenal company. They've been in business for many years.
Thank you. I guess we all need to be pretty sure that the air we breathe, even in our home, is going to be helpful.
Yeah, and I lend mine to the schools, and they love it.
Great.
Yes.
Thanks again.
You're welcome.